YouTube, there's been news. Football Manager have announced that FM26 will be a video game. Wow, I know, big news. They've done a tweet. Let me take you here then. Better, building for the season ahead. Matchday first look, coming soon. It's big and it's beefy and it's back. And we'll watch it together, why not?
The wait has been long.
It has, very long.
The build-up impossible to ignore.
They didn't tweet about it for about 12 months, so not impossible to ignore. Anyway.
So much has changed. But that feeling, it never left.
Oh, look at that. Guess who's back? The fact they've announced me, that's lovely. No, but FM26 then has been announced. There's no... I'll just let it finish. We will, of course, talk about that soon. And it's worth noting that in this trailer, this footage here, actual game footage, but not final. I can't imagine it'll get worse than that. So that's cool. There's a little bit more if we continue on. That's, again, quite a good teasing shot. Premier League. They've also got EA Sports. Yeah, they've put EAFC in their trailer. That is the more you look at that, the more bizarre that move gets, doesn't it? That is a peculiar one. Either way, they finally announced it. There was a lot of worry on TikTok and on Reddit and on Twitter and on YouTube and in Twitch chats everywhere. People very concerned that there just simply wouldn't be a game for FM26. I wasn't as concerned. They cancelled FM25. The cycle changed completely. I was also quite confident there'd be an FM25, so take my words with a pinch of salt. But I am curious as to how you feel about the footage that you've seen. Again, this sort of footage. How do you feel about this? Does this excite you? Do you think they're padding a little bit of fluff? Or does this make you think, actually, we are going to move to a new era? Of course, they are probably going to build FM26 on the back of what they had for FM25, but we have to now move on from FM25. We can't talk about it anymore. FM26 is the game. And the pressure and the expectation for them to create a really good game is going to be a challenge, because the expectation now, I think, from myself, certainly other creators, and probably you at home, is that much bigger. They've had 2 years to develop a game, something they've never had before. They've never had 2 years. They always work on a yearly cycle. So, again, the pressure is on now. It has to be as close to flawless as flawless gets as far as videos go. As far as games go. This is just this video. As far as games go. So I think our expectations are high. And so what are you expecting and what are you going to be okay with? I think they're the questions that I want to ask in this video. Like, are you expecting it to be perfect, or are you expecting there to be teething issues? And how okay with that are you, knowing that you've waited an extra year? Like, personally, my big feeling on it is that I want to make sure that this year's game, FM26, I can see FM27, I can see FM28, and we'll talk about the features that I really want and I think have to be in there and need to be in there. And they dropped a lot of features, of course, for FM25. Will those features be back now? We're talking about things like international football. We're talking about some of the online modes, right? Will those things be fleshed out? Shouts are being removed. Are they going to be back in now? Like, what's going to be the state of play? The big question as well, graphically, and again, I draw us back to this, like, it does look like they're trying to improve things graphically. It does look like they're making that effort. I can see grass follicles. I can see the crowd looking different. And look, if it looks like this as actual game footage, this does look a lot more advanced than what we've seen in the past. Like, this is a big move, a big step forward for the game. And so let's hope that that's where we go to. Let's hope that's where we get to. And let's hope that this, again, is something to build off of. And I think that's the big thing for me. I don't expect this to be a perfect game. They've redone everything. It's going to be a big change. I'm sure there's been UI complications. Like, they had to cancel a game. Like, there were obviously issues. And let's hope now they've had this time to iron all of those issues out. And we get a game that, one, feels like Football Manager, and two, shows us the future of this game and why they changed up so dramatically. And again, that was a big decision for them to make. And let's hope that that decision now pays off. I've seen a lot of the reaction online. I've seen a lot of the anger online as well, because people feel like they should have said something before now. And as a creator, like, it's just as frustrating not having a single thing said to us for a very, very long time about where the direction of the game was going. We found out it was cancelled when you found out it was cancelled, and we didn't get any other information alongside that. So to now finally sort of have the light shown, and we can now see a game that we want to see. And hopefully over the next few weeks now, they've not said when they're going to announce anything, but this is the first port of call and port of contact. And it did feel like a lot of people were going, well, they should say something. But again, I think the idea is that you don't say anything until you have something ready to say. And it feels like now they obviously feel comfortable enough to, like, this is more than they showed of FM25. They didn't show. This is now more already, and this is just like a teaser trailer to get you in the mood for what you're expecting in the future. Again, we're going to make videos in reaction to all of the content that comes up, all the news relating to this. Hopefully, it's good news, and I'm excited. Again, I've come back to YouTube. I've come back to Twitch. I've come back to making content for this game. I was coming back for FM25. They delayed it. I disappeared again, but this is the game I've been waiting for. And this is hopefully is the game that will revolutionize content, how you play the game, how you view the game. Where again, the expectations are very, very high, and rightly so. I think again, there's no issue in people being critical, and I think we've been very critical in the past, and will continue to be critical because we want the game to be the best it can be. And so, I'm sure they're listening, and I'm sure the feedback on this, and again, like no pre-orders on this as well. I think that was something that people were nervous about towards the end of the video. Like in recent years, we've seen a first announcement always come with a pre-order. This is coming with a match day first look, and that's where they're going to go straight into how you play the game the most. Obviously, if you simulate the game, you won't be interested in that, but everyone else will be. But there we go then. I'm excited. I assume you're excited as well, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Are you still apprehensive? Are you impressed by this, or are you just whatever? But again, it's funny because people wanted them to say something, and now I said something. Will this be enough? I guess that's going to be the question on everybody's lips. Again, subscribe if you want to see some more, and make sure you're following along for more information as it comes. Thanks for watching.